Survivor is back. We're so back. Oh my god. I think this was a great episode. I do have qualms. I do have the same qualms that everybody else has. But in terms of just purely watching it live, so exciting, so thrilling. The idol in tribal council, I mean, I guess that's the headline. And rightfully so. It's exciting, it's thrilling, it's in the morning after I'm watching the episode. I was gonna film last night, but I, quite frankly, was not in the mood. I also had the chat BCC, chat open throughout the episode, so that was, another level of cool immersion, just seeing, the actual players, chat about it while it was going on, and then being a part of a group chat that's oh, everyone's, talking about the show. Even though apparently someone was, leaking stuff, so I don't know if I'm going to be, participating next week, but it was exciting this week, especially because I missed the one guy that was oh, this person's going home tonight, it would sure suck if this person's going home, and it ended up being oh, that's true and accurate. And you somehow just magically knew that way early on, so it was fun, it was exciting. I would happily chat with anyone in there that's not leaking stuff for me, but oh well. So the episode starts with Christian, as he said, previous to episode, the messiest move of the new era, him pooping himself. And quite frankly, the fact that the edit was just come on, it's a little bit silly, and not actively clowning on him is insane. He has a magical edit going on. He has a little glow around him that can't have anyone diss him, I guess. Except for the pre-season press, which that's been a whole thing with Angela and Genevieve, I think. Or Savannah. But yeah, I think Christian, I think he's a finale episode person. Maybe he's not a finalist, but he definitely makes it to the finale. There's no way. Unless he's eliminated in the next 2 episodes, and they're we need to give him his flowers while he's here. But pooping yourself and not having the dodo music, that is crazy work. And then having Joe, who's kind of the one leading the charge and teasing him and making fun of him, be so clowned on later in the edit with Rick, when he's not even necessarily wrong about the argument that they had. Actually crazy work. Crazy work. But speaking of that argument, Rick and Joe, their argument, Joe was kind of right. This is a good thing, why didn't you tell me this? I don't trust you. This is the lying and scheming show. I'm accusing you of lying and scheming. And then Rick being whoa, man, it's because you're freaking out you are right now. But then the show kind of trying to frame it as if Rick is right. Oh my god. These people have the editors in the palm of their hand eating it up. And maybe, you know what, for that final minute of the episode, maybe it was worth it. Maybe that's why we're doing this. So let's discuss them by tribe breakdowns. Let's talk about the blue tribe for a bit, because the show ain't doing that. The show is not showing us anything of these people. Let's look at the list and see people who are pretty much have nothing to do. Charlie, Camilla, Dee, Tiffany. Chrissy had a little bit to do, and it was only because they're we freaking hate this person. We do not like this person, which is oh, it hurt me. It hurt me in my soul. I'm rooting for her so much. Even now I'm please, somehow escape the narrative and then break free and become the winner of the season. Oh, it would be so exciting if you're able to somehow, break free from your previous narrative and that being, the theme of the season. But I guess that was what Heroes vs. Villains was for. Mike had another abs mention. I voted against that in the chat BCC chat. I was incorrect. Jonathan had a little bit of a moment, and Coach had a little bit of a moment. Jonathan mentioned Finding Nemo. I've seen that movie, The Drop-Off. I feel The Drop-Off was a pretty self-explanatory concept, but it was funny that he turned it into a Finding Nemo reference. And Coach, I love the drama that he's bringing. Keep him around. Please don't boot him off, even if he just makes people argue and fight. He was doing that, Colby was kind of doing that with the Rizzo of it all, and it's just nice to see people be people and humans on a show, and not we're a game bot, we're doing all of this so we can manage everything. Anyway, I'm really hoping Charlie's eliminated next week. I was hoping it would be today, yesterday, but alas, it was not. Now we could talk about the Purple Tribe. Oh my gosh, my queens are here. Angela, yay. She also had nothing to do. So let me catch you up on my draft team. Angela, Chrissy, Tiffany, and Savannah. Do you want to know how many confessionals these 4 players had total combined in this episode? 2. Both from Savannah. So, I don't want to say anything crazy, but I feel like my draft team is absolutely screwed. You didn't want to give just one little confessional to any of them that stayed in the game? Really? Not just one? Aubrey, she got an idol. I mean, someone gave it to her, which is funny after they all went through her bag. Whether or not that's editing trickery and that happened after she was gifted the idol is... who knows? Who cares? It's funny the way it was presented. Okay. Colby, the Colby Rizzo dynamic is so funny to me. He's like, I hate this kid. I kind of like this kid. Actually, I hate this kid. He's really lazy. And honestly, the Rizzo of it all being like, I mean, I don't really want to do that. I kind of want to play Survivor instead. It's kind of real. And then all the old schoolers are like, oh, this game is so short and easy. So like, whatever, oh my god, it's not even like real Survivor now. And then Rizzo's like, I mean, like, yeah, it's so short. We could just not worry about all this specific stuff. You guys can do that. I'll go and make the connections to like get further in the game. I kind of think it's hilarious. I kind of like love this kid. Stephanie, did she do anything? Did she do anything this week? What did she do? Nothing? Okay. Genevieve, obviously the show has been giving her flowers both episodes. I mean, I think she's a top 3 candidate to win. I think it's her, I think it's Serene, I think it's Christian. Crazy work. Crazy that she's like with those 2 specifically. Maybe the show was just like, hey, we're just giving you all of the stuff for these people because we know that these are the ones that you really are excited about seeing, like specifically Christian and Suri. Like, we know Suri's like the fan favorite Survivor player of all time, and we know Christian has been like, everyone's been begging for him to come back since David versus Goliath. And then Genevieve, maybe she's just kind of, I don't know, maybe we just love her a lot and we just want to give her all her stuff because she's such a good confessionalist and she's funny and stuff and whatever. Then we have Q, I feel like he's been getting a bunch of pretty good stuff. He's also, I feel like, in a pretty good spot. Like, I feel like he has a good alliance and he's actually has like a good head on his shoulders. So maybe it was just Banu that was driving him up the wall. Just things to consider. And now we have the Orange Tribe. I saved them for last because they had so much stuff going on this episode, but as I established earlier with Christian, got a lot of good stuff. Suri, a lot of good stuff. Ozzy's getting a lot of good stuff, but I feel like it's more in service to Suri and the coach of it all. So he's like an integral player, but it kind of doesn't feel like to me that it's like painting him specifically as the highlight of his group, and it's more like the bonds that he has as like, here's the little highlights of him. He fights with Coach. We love seeing how weird Coach is. Am I right, guys? Such a silly guy. You love Ozzy, you love Coach. Let's see them like go head to head. South Pacific. Which is crazy. That's my first season that I ever watched in real time. So it was like, wow, this season's like, here's little keys for you. Jingle, 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 just for you. And then the Emily, Christian, Rick dynamic is obviously a lot of fun. I mean, maybe it's a lot of fun because they've been given like every single ounce of screen time. Who's to say? I like all 3 of them, so I'm happy with the screen time. That being said, I wish that everyone could have gotten a confessional. We have hour-long episodes now, and people still can't get just one measly confessional in an all-star season? In an all-star season? Are we being serious? Are we being serious? Serious? I really like how Christian just said, like, Joe rotation, Jotation. That reminded me of just a thing that me and my friends would say when, like, oh, we realize this connection, so we're just gonna, like, blurt it out and not even say it in, like, a clever way. We're just gonna be like, da-da-da-da, oh, Jotation. You know, kind of a deal. So, okay, maybe I like it when Christian has confessionals and he's on screen. Maybe I like it when he's back. So I was told this idea of to say if someone's doing better or worse than their original time. I can't do that for everybody because there's a lot of history for some of them. Like Suri, who's to say? She's doing great right now, but she was doing great in like most of her seasons. So I'm just gonna do this with the new era picks because these are the people that I know more intimately, and these are the people that have only played once, and these are the people that have more direct, easy. It's easier to do this. Emily, she's doing way better. She's like obviously not in the, well, I mean she is in the disaster tribe, but she's not like part of the disaster part of the disaster tribe. She actually has alliances and she seems to be doing well and liking them, and they seem to be liking her back. Joe, he's doing way worse. Everyone's been complaining about him, and I don't remember that happening in his season. That being said, season 48 is one that I remember less vividly than some of the others, but I feel like at this time he like had a strong alliance with Eva, and so it was like that whole thing was going on, and so he was portrayed very positively, and most people, at least at the time, pretended to like him, or at least they were shown like that, and I feel like that was more or less accurate, because they're like, oh yeah, he's a team player, he's honest, he's not gonna lie to me, Savannah, worse, unfortunately. Love Savannah. I wish she would have gone far. It is unfortunate that it's like probably just pre-game stuff, people not knowing who she is, so they're like, we're gonna vote out this person who claims that she won. So you won like a week ago, you won, you had a few days off, and you're back in Fiji. Go home. Go home. Plus, I don't think that she ever stood a chance of actually winning in Final Tribal Council. I feel like, let's say she theoretically played the best game ever, but if she's sitting next to a legend, I feel like people are going to be like, okay, this is an all-star season, we don't know you, that's a legend, we're going to lean in that way. Like, this is your second try, this is, what, this person's like third, so, sorry. Maybe that's me, like, thinking of it in too meta of a sense, but I feel like that's kind of how the players imagine it as well, because they're imagining it as this like crazy, insane legacy of like, this is like an important piece of history that's happening right now, and we're gonna give it to Savannah. I would give it to Savannah. Charlie, he's like been given really nothing this season so far. Yay. D, I mean, it's hard to say. She seems to be doing worse, but maybe that's just because she's on the tribe right now that's like doing whatever, like, hey, this tribe's doing fine, we're not going to show them too much. But I'm inclined to say she's doing worse, just because, I mean, she's not getting a whole lot of, like, perspective talk. And also, she won last time, so she would have to be doing really well for me to say, yeah, she's in a better position, so, down. Jonathan, I mean, same thing. It's like, he's helping them win. They seem to be liking him enough, so he's doing better. I'm just gonna say he's doing better because I didn't really like him too much on his original season, so nowhere to go but up. Camilla, I mean, she's doing worse, right? She has to be doing worse. She was like crying this week because of the Kyle medevac, which is very sad. It was just very sad, and like obviously, I mean, they were close. Obviously, if they met up in a merge or tribe swap, I feel like they probably would have been working together, especially because of how recent that was. They probably still have that connection in their minds. Whether or not that would actually help them or hinder them, because everyone else also knows about this connection, is a completely different question, but I don't know. She's doing worse. Tiffany, I feel like she's doing worse as well. Maybe it's because she's not arguing with Q all the time, so they're not giving her any screen time, but 0 confessionals this week. Has to be doing worse. It sucks. It hurts. She's on my team, so. Ugh. Genevieve. I feel like Genevieve's doing really well, actually. She found an idol. She's, like, not in charge, in control of her tribe, but, like, she kind of is from behind the scenes, and it seems like in a way that no one really is disliking her, so I'm gonna say she's doing better. But that being said, I can't remember the beginning 2 episodes of her original season and how she was doing there. But I feel like I've been down on most people, so I'm just gonna give her a positive. Q, I also feel like is doing better. He's not arguing as much with everybody, and he seems to be in a pretty solid alliance. So yeah, let's go Q. And then Rizzo obviously is doing worse. Everyone's like, he's lazy, he's doing bad, he's doing poor. Maybe this could help him in the long run. I really don't think so, but I mean, I feel like at this point in his first season, he was part of a good, like, group, and obviously they ran the game till the end, so yeah. Most of the new era people I feel like are doing a little bit worse, which is kind of like fun to see. It's kind of like exciting to see, oh, here's all these old school players bringing the drama, bringing the mess back, and here's all these new school players kind of like floundering and trying to figure it out, and maybe this will solve 51 onward and people are going to be a little bit more messy and willing to game a little bit. That could be cool, that could be exciting. Hope so. back to the confessional talk, it really is disappointing that there's a few players that are getting, like, so much to do. Like, I mean, I love them, but, like, Christian and Devins have been giving so many things. Like, this episode is pretty much from their perspective. But then there's also, like, so many people with no confessionals. Camilla not having a single confessional where she talks about Kyle. The only thing that she does is, like, talk on the mat about it a little bit, but, like, nothing from her, like, you know, confessional, like, from purely her perspective without needing to say anything about anything for anyone else's, like, benefit. It's kind of disappointing. And by kind of, I mean it's, like, quite largely disappointing that we didn't get anything personally from her, like, directly to camera, to him. Maybe that's just me, but I was very disappointed in that. And now to the headline that everyone's talking about because it happened at the end of the episode. The Christian Devins hidden idol plan. Which, by the way, this is another Billie Eilish idol. I really thought it was going to be, like, a different person each time, solely because of that one clip where someone's like, that I won't spoil, is like, oh, Jimmy Fallon might decide my fate in this game. But I also think it would be really funny if they're like, hey, say a random celebrity that we could put in the trailer and just, like, say something like that, and then we'll just use a few of them. I think that would be funny, but who knows? Who knows what actually happened? Either way, apparently Devins is a big Billie Eilish fan, and it didn't sound fake at all. But using... I love it when people, like, just do weird things like this, and I feel like this is kind of something that you only get to see on an All-Star season, just because I feel like the people that are playing for the first time are a little bit too scared, but now they're on an All-Star season, they're like, who cares? We're here to make, like, a television show. So doing the whole tribal thing is so thrilling and exciting, and it's inevitably going to explode in either their faces or someone's face. Who knows? Maybe nothing will happen at all, but the fact that they showed it, maybe this is their way of showing future players, hey, do weird things. Please do this. But either way, I think something will happen. At the very least, like, surely when, let's say one of them is voted out, nothing happens, and then the second one's voted out, tells someone, like, hey, there's an idol here, check next time, or whatever. I don't know. I really don't see how they're able to purely predict beforehand, but maybe, like, a live tribal's going on, and they're like, wait, I found this, oh my god, I'm safe now, that's crazy. It would also be crazy if they, like, have a breakup, and, like, throw each other under the bus, which I don't think will happen, but I think that would be very exciting if, when that's eventually pulled, one of them's like, wait, no, I'm supposed to be the one that's, like, the fake safe, and, like, no, I'm the fake safe one, like, what are you talking about? And then they kind of argue about that, and they're like, oh, can we, like, split the votes on these two? I think that'd be exciting, I think that'd be fun. I mean, I don't know, like, the craziest part of this whole plan to me, not even the craziest part, but, like, the funniest part to me was at the end when Christian trips and everyone's like, oh my gosh, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, I meant to do that. And, like, obviously it's played off as a joke. Like, I feel like everyone says that when they do a mistake. But, like, knowing, oh my gosh, he did mean to do that. He's just straight up saying this to these people. Reminded me of Across the Spider-Verse when Miles is, like, being chased throughout Spider Society, and then Miguel's like, da-da-da-da, and he's like, I have a plan, I just haven't told you yet. And it's like, ooh, he does have a plan, and he just hasn't told them yet. Oh my goodness, this is so exciting. I don't know, I think it's fun. I'm a little bit worried that Jeff, like, played into it a little too much. Maybe we just never see this kind of thing, so it, like, feels, like, more out of place. But when Christian trips, and everyone's like, oh, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, and he's okay. And then Jeff is like, Christian, are you okay? Kind of felt to me like Jeff himself is helping them hide the idol, which I'm like, okay, like, they were doing just fine by themselves. I don't know why you needed to step in, but maybe that's just me, like, reading too much into it. I don't know how we're gonna do all the rest of the eliminations. I mean, obviously we're gonna do a few double boots, I feel like, in the normal places, like post-merge, like immediately we merge, immediately we do two. But I also feel like doing a tribe swap and then doing, like, one tribe is safe, and two of them are up for elimination, is kind of the route we're gonna go. I know that's what everyone's saying, but, like, it makes the most sense. We have, like, what, 21 people left? And, like, they're on day 6? So there's, like, 21 people left in 20 days? Like, They're gonna have to start, like, chopping these people out. Or maybe the season's secretly longer. Who knows? I don't know. I like Survivor. I'm excited about Survivor. It's really fun and cool and awesome. Next week's boot, let me look. I actually don't know what the tribe dynamics are in the swap, but just based solely on looking at the Brent Steele, I'm gonna say Christian's probably fine, Cerie's probably fine. Emily, honestly, I feel like if CeeLo Tribe goes up again, Orange Tribe, I feel like Joe is screwed. Obviously, none of this is accounting for idle plays or anything crazy like that. This is just purely vibe focused based on a little bit of tribe dynamics. Blue Tribe, I think Coach is fine. Charlie, I could see being a little bit, Chrissy, unfortunately, I could see being an easy person to throw out there, which obviously I hope is not true. I love Chrissy. D, I feel like she's fine. Jonathan is fine till merge, let's be serious. Camilla, I think she'll be fine solely because Kyle's gone, so people will feel less threatened by, oh, it's the 48 trio, oh my goodness. Mike is probably fine, and Tiffany, unfortunately, I could see her going, especially if they do, like, a double boot, unfortunately. I mean, obviously, I love Tiffany. I put her on my tribe. Speaking of people on my tribe, let's go to the purple team. Angela, I also feel like is on the lower end. I don't think she's going to go home just yet, just based on how angry she seems to be at Christian. But maybe, like, next week something happens between the two of them. Aubrey, I think she's fine. I think her edit to me feels like we're not giving her a whole lot. We're kind of like downplaying her so that she can blossom later. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. Colby, probably fine. Genevieve, probably fine. Q, probably fine. Rizzo and Stephanie, I feel like, are the two bottom ones of that team, of the Purple Tribe. So I could see either of them going. Honestly, I could see Rizzo going out before Stephanie, also based on the fact that you just got on a season. We do not know who you are. We have not seen you on our televisions. Go home. I think it is cool. There's like a little bit of a neat like factor of the first two eliminations, vote outs, not medevacs, being Jenna and Savannah, first person, first season, Savannah, most recent season. I think that's a cool little, fun fact that you can say to your friends who are watching the show that maybe might not keep up with it, but are kind of watching just to watch it with someone, with you. I don't know. Anyway, good episode for the most part. Obviously, there are some sad editing decisions that feels like it is a little unbalanced, but maybe this is just, we're setting up all the crazy tribal stuff that's happening later with that little fake idol thing. Hopefully something silly and fun and exciting happens with that. I do 100% believe that it will. Even if nothing happens with it, like, in-game, I feel like television-wise, someone is going to go up there and get it and, like, turn it into a big spectacle moment. Sort of like how Rizzo kept doing in 49. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Oh my gosh, I love talking about Survivor. I really didn't think I was going to have that much to say this week, but then you just start talking about it, and it's like, oh, and there's this thing, and then there's this thing, and there's so many people right now. So, yeah, it's exciting. I love talking about the little show. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll be here to talk about Survivor again next week for Survivor 50 episode 3. Oh my gosh. The episode in which Rizzo goes home. That's a joke. I don't have spoilers. But yeah, if you have any thoughts or opinions or anything you want me to talk about regarding Survivor next week, let me know in the comments below. Yeah, let me know who you're wanting to win, or who you're not wanting to win, or who you hope comes back next time. Like Amanda Kimmel, even though apparently she doesn't want to come back. Apparently she was like, I want to come back, I kind of want to come back a little bit, and then she's decided against it. I don't know. Come back, please. Please come back to us. Anyway, I'm almost done with Escape. I have like 50 pages left, so maybe I'll have thoughts on that. Maybe I'll do a video on that if anyone is interested. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for watching. Survivor. Wow. Got nothing else for you. Go home. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you wanna. I'm not gonna like beg for it, but please subscribe. Please. Number up, number up, number up. Bye. Okay, so another thought that I had as soon as I like turned everything off and like sat down is one of the shots I thought was like super cool, and it was the shot with Christian like rocking Joe, and he's like underneath kind of like the netting. It just was like a really cool shot. I liked it. Good work on the camera team.